everybody, Pinky is back with Westy 101. Today we're going to start our fun little series, How to Be a Kid Again. Today I have my handy little helper Perseus here today. And what this series is it's going to be fun little things you can do at home with your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews, or some neighborhood kids down the block. So today on How to Be a Kid Again, we are going to do 3 fun experiments. We're going to do cleaning pennies with vinegar, blobs in a bottle, which is this little guy's personal favorite, and fantastic foaming fountain. Come join us and let's have some fun.
Science rules.
So for our first experiment, we are doing cleaning pennies with vinegar. My lovely little assistant Perseus is going to do this experiment for us. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a few old looking pennies, rather dirty, you don't want shiny. I have 10 total, you'll see why. Yes, we do have some bolts here and you'll see why we have those as well. You're going to need 1/4 cup of white vinegar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and you're going to want these in non-metal bowls, some paper towel, and a spoon to stir. I do have a little cup here to rinse the pennies off, but that's because I'm not at my sink.
Water?
So first we're going to pour the vinegar into a bowl and add the salt. Percy, you want to add the salt into the vinegar?
Yeah.
Into that one.
See?
Alright, place the bowl down
Okay.
and stir it up a little bit. You're going to want a non-metal spoon as well.
Open it.
Can I try really quick?
Nope.
Nope.
Find it. See? You're fine.
Alright, let me just make sure. We want to make sure all the salt gets everywhere. Alright. Nope. Now we add in our 5 pennies and we count to 10 slowly. All of them in.
See? Look at me.
So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to pull them out
Okay.
and then put them in the water.
Mommy put them in the water.
I'll let you put 1 in the water.
Okay.
Here you go.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, so now that they are rinsed off,
Okay, rinse off.
we can dry them.
Find them.
And you can see that they are a lot cleaner than they used to be.
Yeah, what's the beat?
So we'll set these here.
Yeah.
Now let's have some fun.
How far?
Let's put in the other 5 pennies. And we'll count to 10 again.
That's so fun.
Alright, let's count to 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Thank you.
Alright, so let's remove them, but let's not clean them off, and let's just have them sit to dry out.
Me. Mommy.
I'm just going to set it right there.
Okay.
You can see these are still brighter than they were, but let's see what happens. So we're going to let these sit for a minute.
Okay.
Now let's have a little bit more fun and place one of the bolts into the vinegar.
Okay.
One of the bolts, put it in the vinegar.
Yes. Whoa.
Put it in there.
Okay. Whoa.
Let's see if anything happens. Alright, so we're going to let these pennies sit and so we can see what happens. And we're going to let the bolts sit too and see if anything happens. And we can go on to do our 2 other experiments. So with this experiment in particular, you can try to do some other factors in to see if there's a new reaction. Like, will other acids such as lemon juice or orange juice work as well instead of the vinegar? Does this cleaning chemistry work on other coins and do other amounts of salt make a difference in the chemistry of the experiment? So go ahead, grab some pennies, grab some vinegar, grab some lemon juice, grab a big container of salt, and try to find different reactions than what we got here. Have fun. Our next experiment is called blobs in a bottle. You're going to need one clean 1 liter bottle, 3/4 cup water, some vegetable oil, some awesome fizzing tablets, and some food coloring. So what are we going to do first? We are going to pour the water into the bottle. I am going to help my handy helper here because that might be a little messy. So does he want to hold the bottle? And I'll pour the water in.
In the water? Oh, this will be cold.
Alrighty. Next, we are going to use a measuring cup or funnel to slowly pour the vegetable oil into the bottle until almost full. I'm going to be careful and pour this in.
Okay. Hold the bottle.
He is going to hold the bottle while I pour.
Be careful, Mommy.
I will be careful. Thank you.
What's that?
Don't touch. It's okay. I made a little boo-boo.
Yeah.
These are messy experiments, so please make sure you are doing these in an area that is okay if it's a little messy. I really am making a mess.
Yeah.
Good thing we have paper towel on hand.
Yeah.
We have a little bit more oil we can put in. You want to hold it again?
Be careful, Mommy. Be careful.
I'm going to fill it up to there.
Yeah.
Do you want to carefully clean that up? So we're going to let it sit for a minute. You won't have to wait as long, but we're going to let all the oil separate from the water. We'll see you in a few seconds.
Hey, yeah.
Alright everybody, it looks like everything has settled, so now we are going to take our food coloring and we're going to apply 10 drops. You want to help me? Okay, squeeze it too. Alright, 10 drops of food coloring. Any food coloring color you want. I chose blue, it's my favorite color. We're going to let all of that settle.
Bubbles.
Kind of help it out a little bit with mixing with the water without super mixing. There we go. Alright, this is going to be so much fun. This little boy here loves this project. He gets super excited. So now you're going to take your tablet, take one, and break it into half. Go ahead and put it in.
Oh, more. Let me get more. Okay. More.
And there goes the bubbles.
Okay, let's go with trouble. And have more.
So since oil is lighter than water, they stay separated. And when you're dropping in one of the tablets, you're creating gas bubbles that will rise. And since water and oil do not mix, they rise to the surface, let out the gas, and then it falls back down, creating this lava lamp experience. Go ahead and put the other tablet in.
Okay. It's a pop. Hey.
Now the fun thing with this experiment is you can store it. Put a cap on your bottle and put it away for whenever you want to play with it. And all you need to do is grab a fizzing tab, break it in half, and stick it in the bottle. And you have just created this experiment all over again. So it's for endless fun with your children. Now,
Big one.
there are different things you can do to make this more exciting. Does the temperature of the water affect the reaction? does the size of the bottle affect how many blobs are produced? Does the effect still work if the cap is on the bottle? And does the size of the tablet pieces affect the number of blobs created? So go ahead, try this down at home, and try these little extra fun experiments with this one particular experiment. See if you can create some new reactions. Alright, on to the next project, guys. Let's go. Alright, so our next experiment, and this one is a messy one, that's why I have a tray here, is the fantastic foamy fountain. This one is a lot of fun. You're going to need a clean 16-ounce plastic bottle, a half a cup of 20 volume hydrogen peroxide, also 6%. This is 3%. It does work. You just don't get as big of a reaction as a 6% peroxide. You'll need 1 tablespoon of yeast, dry yeast, 3 tablespoons of warm water, which I will go and get in just a minute, liquid dish soap, food coloring of your favorite color, a small cup. So what you are going to do is you are going to want to get a half a cup. I will pour this off camera. Be careful, peroxide is bad for your eyes. And my lovely assistant is holding the bottle for me. This one is definitely, parents need to assist the children with this one because of what you are using. Alright, let's pour the peroxide on the bottle. I am doing this slow because I want to make sure we don't get peroxide all over our hands. Alright, next you're going to add 8 drops of your favorite color, food coloring. 8 drops, do you help? Yeah. You want to help?
No. Oh, no, a mess. You're in the mess.
I didn't make a mess. We're okay. Thank you. Add about 1 tablespoon of liquid dish soap and then swish around to mix.
Go. You make a mess.
Alrighty. So now let's swish it around.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's mixed. And now we are going to, in a separate little cup here, mix the 3 tablespoons of warm water and the yeast. I'll be right back. I'll go grab warm water. I am mixing the water and the yeast. It does smell pretty bad. Alright, once I pour it in, you will see the fun and excitement of this project. You ready?
Okay.
Alright, all eyes on the bottle. Don't touch.
Don't make a mess. I'm the mess.
And there is the fantastic foaming fountain. Yes, you do make a mess. As you can see, that is why I have it in a pan to protect our table. So this experiment also has some different things you can do. Does the amount of yeast change the amount of foam produced? Does the experiment work as well if you add dry yeast without mixing it with water? And does the size of the bottle affect the amount of foam produced?
What happened to you?
Now remember, I did say that these directions call for 6% hydrogen peroxide. I only had 3% in my house, and this is what 3% does. I could only imagine what 6% does. I might have to go out and buy some 6% to see what of a reaction I can get. Yes. Alright, thank you everybody for joining us this wonderful afternoon with How to Be a Kid Again. As you can tell, this one is definitely his favorite experiment. I hope you guys enjoyed these fun little experiments you can try at home. In the description below, I will share the link on where I found these experiments and also the PDF files on the directions and instructions. More bubbles!
Yeah, more of them.
Alright, I look forward to seeing you guys in my next Westy 101 videos. Maybe I'll have my little helper. Keep a lookout on for more How to Be a Kid Again. And we will see you soon. Bye guys. Say bye. Alright everybody, I told you I would show you what these pennies look like after we let them sit through all of our experiments. These pennies that we left to dry on their own without any water has started to turning a little green in a way. And what is happening, so these pennies here that we let dry with the vinegar still on them are kind of turning a little greenish blue, and that is because of a chemical called malachite, and that is forming on these pennies. So these lovely bolts here are turning a bit copper in color. It's because the vinegar removed enough copper from the pennies that there's still enough in the vinegar. The copper will become attached by the metal in the nuts and bolts, or we only use bolts in this one, and they kind of take on a cool copper color. You saw how shiny these were when we first put them in. That's kind of cool. Go ahead, try it.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter. T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.